Alright boys, I have said that I would come on and do a market analysis, not a market analysis, trade recap. I haven't whipped up one of these in a minute because I've been playing around with my trading strategy so much. So today, you may get a little bit of an insight into what I have been working on. So this was the first trade that I took, and this was on GU. I took it at 11:15. So still at the regular time that I would be taking a trade at, but it was literally just off of this breaker structure. So coming into the day, market opened all the way down here. We failed to take out this low, and something weird about this to take into account as well was the fact that I believe that this low here was actually sitting somewhere around here on, what's the other platform? Trade Locker, I believe. Yeah, Trade Locker. So that's where it was sitting, and so that was actually my take profit one for this trade. So market opens, we rip up, we take out this external high. Where do we have to go bullish? Literally nowhere. There's nothing up here, and to the downside, we're very overextended. Look at all of that, it's just easy buckets. It was really clear to me that we were going to go short. The only thing that kept me thinking that potentially this move would keep going higher was that GJ at this time, we had a 1 hour fair value gap sitting somewhere around here. So we hadn't yet invalidated that. However, on this exact candlestick closure, we had this complete dump of a candlestick. We broke structure on the 15-minute time frame to the downside, and this is why I did not wait for a retracement on the 15-minute time frame, which is usually what I look for. However, I only look for a retracement and a rejection for extra confirmation that we're going to go bearish. This to me is a major confirmation that we're going to go bearish on GU, because this means that the British peers are going to dump. And when you think about it from a market maker's perspective, that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to get them all in line with each other because then they can make more money. So I was very confident on this trade. We also had 1, 2, 3 candlestick closures where we failed to break above this high. Short position off of this, I had a TP1 for about what was it? It's pretty good, man. I think I hit about a 2.5, it must have been somewhere in here. To TP1, move stops to break even, and I'll let you guys see how that played out. But I did have to hold for a little while before taking a full take profit at this low here. Now, usually I was looking at this low way down here, this other external low, and I did want to drag my darts. However, I pulled myself back and said it is just better to take profit. You can't be mad about missing profit, but you can be angry about being too greedy, and as seen, that would have been what happened here. I would have been absolutely bummed we ended up coming up, and I would have been stopped out at break even. So pretty much capitalized everything I could on this move. I made about $700 from this move alone, and really happy. $250 risk. It was about a 3R after the TP1 and 2. So that was my first Forex trade for the day. Now I will rip across to ES. I'll show you my futures trade first because this was another winner, and then I'll show you the trade that I lost afterwards. Okay, so one more time. Market opens, we sweep out that low on ES, we sweep out that low on NQ as well. From here, I know a lot of people were looking at this as they were looking for longs, especially after this next candlestick broke structure on ES, and then NQ we also had a 5-minute inverse fair value gap. I knew that we could potentially come bullish because we'd had our sweep, we'd had our confirmation. However, we put in this 5-minute SMT at these highs, and just the way that the charts worked today, we made a bearish push. And so usually what I'm looking at from here is I know we've had a 5-minute confirmation, and then we've had a retracement. If I get a 1-minute confirmation that this move is going to continue, then I know that we're going to go bullish. So if that had happened, I would have been placing a long entry targeting these highs. However, I also knew we put in this SMT at these highs. We'd made a bearish movement on ES, we'd made a bearish movement on NQ, And I knew that if we could respect this 5-minute bearish movement and get a confidence to go short and a confirmation that we're going to go short, then my target is going to be lower. So scaling down onto this 1-minute time frame, it was actually very hit and miss as to whether or not I took a short or whether or not I took a long. And all that I was looking for was, because obviously we'd come down, we filled in equilibrium, so all I needed was a short confirmation. We failed to break above this fair value gap, and then we failed to break above it again. So I was still holding the line here, and then I believe this next candlestick we dumped, and I entered off of this candlestick. So the reason that I never placed a long entry is because we failed to close above this fair value gap. Had we closed above that, I would have entered a long position, stops underneath here, and good targets, but this was the exact trade I took. So this was actually the first time that I have had it come down to a 1-minute candlestick, where it's like, if it closes here, I'm going long. If it closes the other way, I'm going short. Today worked out really well. I entered a 5 contract position on ES, took 2 contracts off at this low, and then took the rest of my position out at this low. So overall, I believe it was about a $550 win. So I was super stoked with that one. And that was, I've been doing a lot of work on order flow behind the scenes, and to actually put it into the charts today, especially in a day where it's a little bit harder. You know, we had that confirmation to go long, and then I had to flip my bias once again and look for sales, and it ended up paying off. So very, very happy with that win. Now, coming over to my losing trade from yesterday, and I can't lie, I think this is probably my best psychological trade of the day, even though it was a loser. And I'm really happy with how I managed this trade, regardless of the outcome. So that was what I was looking at now. But if you just bring it back to here real quick, one candlestick too much. There we go. So we come down, we sweep out this external liquidity here. The next draw is all the way down here, or the next draw that I'm targeting is all the way down here. So I wasn't interested in looking for it to go short. I knew at this time GU was also setting up for longs, or I knew that we were already forming bullish structure, which was another confirmation for me that we were going to go bullish on GJ. Now I knew that we could potentially respect bearish order flow. We had an hourly bearish imbalance in here. However, to me, if we get a bullish entry after a liquidity sweep, that's more than enough validation for me that we're going to go bullish. And the fact that this was a really nice external low to be playing this off of, I was pretty damn confident in this trade. Placed a long position off of this break structure on the 15-minute retracement and a rejection, and then I held all the way through this until I finally got stopped out. Now the reason this trade was so tough psychologically is because of this. I sat here looking at this chart for, what was it, about 2.5 hours, 3 hours before I actually got stopped out. I saw us all the way up here, and I was debating whether or not I just closed my position or whether I let it play out. And the thing that kept me in was the fact that whenever we are collecting data, and all of us think of trading as this data collection, forming a profitable strategy, and then implementing it in the charts. When I'm backtesting and when I'm collecting my data, I know for a fact that I am just sitting here and I place a fake entry and then I spam the button like this until either my stop loss gets hit or my take profit gets hit. So when I'm trying to implement that in the live charts, if I am sitting up here and I'm like, oh yeah, price action's pretty average, I'm gonna pull out, that is therefore me not complying with my strategy, and therefore I am making a psychological mistake. And so I sort of had to pull myself back, talking to a couple boys in the Discord, and they said the same thing, is just got to hold it and let it either hit your stop loss or let it hit your take profit. And so that's what I did, hit stop loss. However, we were up on the day already from that $700 win that we had in the morning. I wish I could show you, but it's on my phone and I'm filming on my phone. But yeah, hopefully when I get a camera, or if I can get a actual little setup for this, then I'll be able to show you guys my P&Ls on my phone. But yeah, that is the 3 trades that I took yesterday. So far today, it is Tuesday the 11th. I have not taken a single trade yet. Markets have been pretty horrendous, to be fair. CPI news tomorrow is definitely impacting the markets. And to be honest, I am honestly just looking to keep my profits from yesterday. I don't want to give anything back, especially not in a subpar trade. So thank you both for watching. I hope you get a little bit of guidance out of that. And that is a couple of little changes that I've been making in my trading. Worked out yesterday, finished the day up $750 or so. Peace and love. Thank you for watching. Ciao.